morning, Kestrels. Let's going to do our lesson of today for maths. We are going to be working still on fractions and we are going to still be looking at equivalent fractions. Remember that equivalent is those fractions that have the same value. Alright? So we are going to just be looking at them and we are going to just do them in a different way. It's going to be which ones you think that visually are equivalent and how can we just make them have the same value. And how can we, if that will not be shaded, how can we basically do it visually on a diagram and then make it be equivalent? So let's going to see. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to represent my fractions. I have one whole. This one is one part and it is the whole lot shaded, isn't it? So it is 1 out of 1, which is the same as one whole, all right? So that's why we said one whole. This one, remember that I use the line to say that it's split into how many parts? We are going to do down the denominator 1, 2, 3, and 4 equal parts. You maybe are saying, now I know that. Well, keep this in mind for today's security, okay? Keep in mind how we represent fractions, how we represent it as a number, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts, and I have 1 and 2 shaded. So I have 2 quarters at the minute. Let's go to see my next fraction. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have something that is split into 5 equal parts. Now, how many I have taken? 1, 2, and 3. So I have 3/5. Okay? It's going to go to my next one. 1, 2, 3 equal parts. And I have taken 1. So that represents 1/3. And let's go to do my last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I've taken 1, 2, and 3. Okay, are you ready if I just change my whole fraction, right? I'm going to change my whole for this. One half. So this time I take 1 out of 2 equal parts, 1/2. Your work now, I'm going to get it closer so you can see it. I have all these fractions visually. If I will not be giving you the clue of like how what we've been doing, how we have been seeing if they are equivalent or not by timing or dividing, if it is only doing it visually, which ones of them can you choose? If A, B, C, or D will be, which one of them will be equivalent to 1/2? Quick, have a go at it, play it again when you are ready. So we are going to see the first one. To do it, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's been break into 4 equal parts. So, if it will be just perfectly, it will be there. If I have my 1/2 cut into 4 equal parts, I will probably then have 1, 2, 3, and 4 equal parts. How many have I taken to make it equal? 1 and 2, and here 1 and 2. So is it the same? Yeah. So if I will have my 1/2 cut into 4 equal parts, to make an equivalent from 1/2, I will need to take 1 and 2. And A, 2 quarters, I've taken 1 and 2. I can actually move this one there, and I can actually see it visually, that my A will be equivalent from 1/2, wouldn't it? Okay, right, are you ready for the next one? Let's go to look now at 3/5. So I have got 5 equal parts, and I've taken 3/5. So if you just look at this, and without me breaking this into 5 equal parts, which I will in a minute, if I just move this one there, what can you notice straight away? What can you see there? It is, isn't it? So when I broke 3/5, I split my diagram into 5 equal parts. Let's going to try to do it here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I will have, can you see that bit? I will have more on each side. So I will not be able to have 1/2 in there, will I? So I will have more. So is 3/5 equal? No. So 3/5 is not equal. It's going to get rid of them. Let's going to go now for C. I have C and I have got 1, 2 and 3 equal parts. What can you see straight away? What is going to happen if I break my 1/2 into 3 equal parts? Yep, absolutely. That the one that is shaded is going to be much smaller than the half. So once that I split this, I'm going to do it in blue so you can see better. Once that I split this into 3 equal parts, can you see that I have 1/2 is more, is bigger, because it will be here, is bigger, okay? So it is not. Okay, right, let's going to look at my next one. I have 3/6. At the minute I only have one equal fraction, 3/6. So what can you see there? Let's going to make it easier and let's going to just move them together. So I'm going to put that shading in there and I'm going to move my third shading on next one. 3/6. What can you see if you are comparing these ones? Do you think that it will be equal? If I shade 1/2, will it be the same as 3/6? So if I cut this into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, will I have the same? Absolutely right. So my only equivalent fractions that you can see straight away, that my half will be there, you can see straight away that the only one, it's just my drawing, guys. You can see that 3/6 and 2/4 are the same as 1/2, when 3/5 is a little bit more and 1/3 is smaller, isn't it? So let's going to just check that we are all right and that it is correctly. So I'm going to see if this is equivalent. I'm going to see that 2 has gone to 4 by timing 2 times 2 is 4. The same that I do to the denominator, I need to do it to the numerator. 1 times 2 is 2. Is it the same? 2/4? Yep. Double tick. What about my 3/6? I have 3/6. 2 has gone into 6 how many times? Absolutely right. 2 times 3 is 6. and 3 times, sorry, and 1 times 3 is 3. 3/6 and 3/6 as well, double tick. Okay, so that is what we are going to try to be doing today. We are going to try, it's quite tricky, just by doing it visually, but you can check your answers doing it, checking it, timing it, or dividing it, all right, to check to see if it's equivalent. So we are going to be looking at fractions that are the same visually, okay, are equivalent. Right, let's going to try to do this one together, and you are going to see a little bit clearer what I want you to do. Now remember that my drawing is not that great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I told you it's not that great. I did only need this. Okay, let me just represent this fraction, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have taken, remember that this is going to be for your security, how you wrote the fraction. I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts, that's my numerator, out of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So at the minute I have 6 12s, all right? So I have 6 12s. Now I'm going to see visually how could I make this, how could I see this into an equivalent fraction. I'm going to then see if I can break my fraction, instead of into 12 equal parts, can I break it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I broke it now, let me just do it here, into 6 equal parts. How many equal parts I've taken now? So I've taken, remember that they are broken like this, 1, and I've taken 2, and I've taken 3 equal parts. Can you see it? I broke it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I've taken 1, 2, and 3. And you see that it will be the same as this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've taken 1, 2, and 3. All right? So I think that if I break this into 6 equal parts and I take 3, do you think that then is the same if I just shade my 3? Yeah, it is the same, isn't it? So I think that is equivalent. Let me check to see if it's equivalent. Let's see, 6, 12. I need to times 12 times 2 to get that 6 times 2, 12. And the same that I do to the denominator, I do it to my numerator. 3 times 2 is, yeah, 6. 6 12s. So it is, I can actually break 3 6 in there. You could do it if you have it in a different way using division. I have 6 and 12 and I have 3 6. Is it equivalent? Let's see. I need to divide 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So it is equivalent. Alright? Let me see. Is there any other way that I can break this diagram into different way? Can I basically do a different, split it into different way, different number of equal parts to make it equivalent to 6/5. Well, could I really? I think that I could. Let me just cut this. I'm going to get rid of the first one. I can see that I could basically cut this piece there, and then I could cut this piece there, and I cut it into 1, 2, 3, and 4 equal parts. And I have taken 1 and 2 equal parts. It does seem equivalent for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6/12. It seems similar to if I cut it into 4 equal parts and I take 2 equal parts. Still have the same. Shall we check and see? 12. I need to divide 12 to make a 4. I need to divide 12 by 3. 12 by 3 is 4. Yep. I do the same to my numerator. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So that is another equivalent fraction. Do you think that we can have another one? Oh, I can see a really clear one. Let me show you. I think, guys, that I can, look at that. I can just get my diagram and just cut it into 1 and 2 equal parts, which it will look, so this one, they look like this, 6 equal parts. This one did look like this, 4 equal parts, and you just take in this. And this one, I think that I can just cut it in twos, can I? And I can just cut it into the half. And I can basically, look at that, take 1/2. And I think that 1/2 is the same as 6/12. Shall we check it? 6 and 12, and I've made 1/2. Well, I'm going to divide 12. What number times 2 is 12? 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Now I need to do the same to the numerator, right? 6 divided by 6 is 1. So that will be as well a equivalent fraction. So your work today, guys, you are going to need to just see, you will have a diagram, okay, like similar to this one. You will need to just write first of all what fraction is that diagram representing, and then you will need to just find, like, actually I think that I can cut it like this. I can cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I can then get, will you be able to get anything? Yeah. If you get this in there, you will get 1, 2, and 3. And that will be the same. Okay, can you see that? So that's going to be your work. You will just have a diagram and think how will you be cutting them to make them equivalent. To see visually what can you see, what different ways of splitting that same part will you do it, how will you do it to make have the same value, which is the trickiest one. So have a go at it, and remember your security is all about representing a fraction, seeing how many are shaded out of how many equal parts. Have a good think, all right? And I'll see you all tomorrow when we correct it. Adios!